Hello, 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 hello! Live from Hawaii. It's Honolulu, Hawaii. It's very cloudy today. In fact, yesterday was really chilly, and I caught a cold again. I hope wherever you are, you're having a wonderful Monday, and super excited to be with you today. And last week I started to broadcasting live every day and share my journey to build a multi-million-dollar business. So I think today is like episode 5, but I'm gonna just say this is gonna be episode 1, so I'm gonna start fresh. So today I'd love to share with you how I got started to do my business, current business, okay? So I was in Las Vegas. I lived in Las Vegas, worked in hotel and restaurant business for a really long time. And I made really, really good money that probably, most people never make. And I was super happy about that. I worked my butt off, right? Then I got pregnant with my first son. And that changed everything. I got pregnant and I was always worried about my belly, and you work in the restaurant, so you have to go do a lot of things, like a lot of movement there. But I didn't want to. I wanted to protect my son, right? The baby inside me, and so I went through the pregnancy and I had my son. I gave birth. Then my life changed again. Like, I did not want to go back to work. I did not want to go to work this time, and I didn't want to get off work at this time, like 8-9 hours later. I rather wanted to spend my time with my baby. I just wanted to see how he sleeps. Although he was sleeping pretty much all day, I still wanted to see him, how he, sleeps and stuff, right? I still remember he was just smelled so good. I don't even drink milk, but he smelled like milk, like milky candy, and so squishy and so cute. And it's even just a little tiny bit, I was like, oh my God, he moved, and he farted, and he was like, oh my God, cutest thing in the world. So he pooped, and I was checking every single poop he did, like what color it was and the texture was. It was crazy. I think I was a little too into that. But so then so I stopped working, right? So we were depending on my husband's income then, because I wasn't working and didn't want to work. And it started hitting that reality. We had one extra baby, new person joined to our family, and our income reduced by half, maybe more than half, because I was making more money back then than my husband. So then I started I joined this home-based business industry, and and I was like, well, I can work from home and I can spend my time with baby, and I was super excited. But at the same time, I had absolutely no idea about how to work from home, because I always worked for somebody and never really worked for anybody. And that was the biggest challenge that I had. Like, I felt like I was doing everything that I could do to make it happen, but it was just really putting so much stress on me, and eventually I just couldn't do it and I quit. Then we moved to New Jersey from Las Vegas, and I started another home-based business, and you know what? I loved it, everything about it. I was doing health and wellness business. I had big client base, and I was featured in newspaper and radio and media, because I just loved the way that people are excited about. I do something and it removes somebody's pain immediately, or a few days later, or whatever it is. I was very happy that I was contributing to somebody's happiness. So I had a moderate success with that. Then, boom, we decided to move to Hawaii for my husband's business. Then at the same time, around the same time, I got pregnant with my second son, and I had a very difficult, well, I wouldn't say very difficult, but I was, I was having a hard time with pregnancy because older one was 4 years old at the time, and I had to pull him out because we were gonna move, to Hawaii, and I had to pack everything to relocate. And the family wanted to come in and visit us before we moved far away from, East Coast, right? So family East Coast wanted to visit us. So all of the things happening today. And I still remember just laying down in my bed and just couldn't do anything. I was exhausted. And my husband was away. He already started a new job in Hawaii. So I was by myself with my son, and so I hit plateau in every way. I feel like a failure again. I couldn't do anything physically. My brain wasn't working. I was feeling sick, and I couldn't be a good wife because my husband was away. I couldn't be a good mother because I'm just laying down in bed all day. Couldn't do much. And I wasn't a good entrepreneur. I wasn't good at a business person either because I couldn't do anything. So I was feeling miserable. Just, remember the house, looking at the house, and I just gave him the loaf of bread to my older one. I said, just when you're hungry, just eat this. Just put this one, this bread, and just eat this because I'm sorry, Mommy cannot do anything. Really not feeling good. So that was, I feel really still sorry for, really bad for him. I had to just give him a loaf of bread. Then we moved to Hawaii, beautiful, beautiful place. So I hit really not good place, right? But I kept going strong, and I had a little complication, difficulty during the pregnancy, but I had a beautiful second boy, and I was super excited, right? Yeah, let's go. But I was in a new place, Hawaii, no friends, no work, I don't know anything. I don't know anything, right? Except for there are beautiful beaches, and weather is always nice. And I thought I was always a super mom. I was good at everything, doing my best and being good. At least I was pretending to be good. I feel like I had everything under my belt, but I was really stressed out. In fact, I was freaking out because I had a newborn baby just crying all day, and I had to breastfeed. I wasn't sleeping enough. I was exhausted. But in the morning, I had to take my son to, make breakfast or lunch, take him to school, and I always had this baby attached to me. I loved every minute of it, right? But I just had the feeling that I was not meeting the expectation that I had for myself and people had for me. So I became depressed, and I started seeing therapists because everything was just so sad to me. Especially after my baby boy, the second son I have, when he got an medical emergencies, he suffocated himself and he almost died, and we had to call ambulance, and all that stuff just pushed me to the edge. I still remember I was freaking out in the ambulance, while my older son was in an ambulance, and he was kind of very happy to be in an ambulance, because he was super happy about being in an ambulance and not really worry about what's going to happen to his baby brother. So I was really mad about that too, but also very, so sad to see like what's going to happen to this baby. Like, what if that, oxygen wasn't going to the brain for a while, so like something happened to him, and he's such a small creature, and But I'm just, I'm not going to get into this too much today. But so then I went back to Tokyo. I think I took my kids too. I went back to Tokyo. I just needed to get out here. I went back to Tokyo and I went to attended some business conferences. And that's when I was introduced to my business partner, who was the superstar and super CEO, and he's on TV, media, everywhere. And he is well known for selling $1 million in hour on TV. So I was introduced to him from my friend, and I was like, okay, that's great, but it sounds really tricky and suspicious, right? Who makes $1 million in an hour? That's crazy. So I wasn't really into it, but I agreed to meet him, and when we met, he asked me this question. I was asking him, so, well, actually, we said, hi, nice to meet you. We sat down at the cafe, and he asked me what I do. So I explained to him, well, this is what I'm doing. I have my home-based business, and I'm kind of hitting, plateau, and I'm looking for a way out, or looking to do. I know I can do something, but I just don't know how. And he asked me this question that really changed my life. So after that, I started really focusing on not me. I was feeling miserable because I was focusing on myself, how miserable I was, how terrible I was, how not meeting the expectations of others, all that kind of stuff. How I was not able to cook meal well, I was not able to clean house, everything all the expectations that I had for myself, I wasn't meeting it. But after a meeting with him, he asked me this question, and that changed my life. So I decided to start my own business, not working for somebody, or not working for somebody. Then, super excited, I came home and told my husband, babe, we got this. I got this finally, and maybe I can hire you too to make this happen, right? Because my husband's been working since he was 11 years old. So he always said he wanted to retire and sit on the beach and sip iced tea. So I'm like, I can get you out of your world and I can retire you, right? Super excited about that. Then there's an issue about how I'm gonna get the fund for this, right? And I don't have experience for retail, or that's a dental industry, but I don't have any dental experience. I'm not a dentist. I'm not a hygienist, right? And no mentorship. I had a business mentor, but she is not retail, so-called business. And then she was like, well, I could influence somebody, but, she couldn't really help me with that. So I hit the wall again. But then, my partner and I just became to decide to do business together. So we became partners, joint venture, and I was able to get into Dental Expo right away, which is very interesting because this Dental Expo was the Hawaiian Dental Association. So all the dentists and hygienists from Hawaii go to this expo, right? And I found out about it 3 days before the event, and I'm like, oh, this is gonna be so great. People are gonna love my product. Then I reached out to the expo and they said, oh, yeah, it's sold out. No more booth available. I was like, oh, dang it. Okay, but put me on the waiting list, right? Then I went to actually a different conference in LA during the time. You remember, like Hawaii had the bomb threat from North Korea? Anyways, that's a different story. So we had all that stressful thing and came back to Hawaii. Then I got an email saying, Kinko, there's a booth available. Somebody backed out. So would you like to take it? And I was like, yes, I'll take it, right? So that was a week before the event. I emailed her back. It was afternoon. Next morning, she emailed me back and said, Kinko, I'm sorry. I reached out to a few different people and this person took your spot. So again, you don't have a booth. I'm like, okay, no problem. And keep me posted if anybody would back up again, back up, right? And she's like, okay, great. So sorry about that. I said, no worries. But, for some reason, I just kept working on making materials to share with, just in case I get a booth at Dental Expo. Then, 3 days before an expo opening, I got an email saying, Kinko, this person who took your spot can't do it anymore. So do you want to do it? Yes, I would do it, right? So 3 days before, I was able to get the spot and able to get in the spot to the expo. But you have to remember, expo, right? And I only had literally 3 days, no more than a week to prepare for this because I was not getting a booth. So my booth looked like a shack. It's like, I made a poster with my handwritten letters. It's a bright neon color, by the way. But people say it looked like a big sale booth. Everybody had a crest, so-and-so, all the professional companies. But my booth was handmade booth. However, because I focused on demonstration, what kind of transformation people get with my products, right? My booth was the busiest. Even though my booth was the crappiest ever, and people still laugh at that. I demonstrated like crazy every half hour, every hour. I demonstrated. See, look how convenient this is, right? Think about how this can make your life so much easier. Then my booth was the busiest and I sold $3,000 worth that day, first day. And I was super happy. Right? But it turned out half of the people later on, because I didn't have I had people fill out the form and I was going to collect payment later on, and turned out because half of the people didn't pay. So I lost half of the sales. Still made $1,700, which is not bad, right? As a first time exhibitor. But anyways, I was super excited. And I was just that really got me keep going. You know what? Yes, a lot of hardships and I feel like I was a failure, but this is changing the world. This is changing the people's smile. And you know what? I want to make people smile. I want to make people on the other side of the world smile. I want to make people's life easier. So that's how I got started, and it's been 10 months, and right now I'm doing the 30-day challenge to really hone into my business and make people's life easier in terms of smile and beauty, because your smile is a beautiful and cheapest thing you can wear to make the world beautiful, right? And more brighter your smile is, more confidence you have. I truly believe it, because when I use that product, and that's literally whiten my teeth so white and sparkle and shiny that I didn't have that after the teeth whitening taste, or the not so smooth thing. My teeth was so plump. It's like a serum that, skin soaked up with serum, collagen. Anyway, so that's what I want to share with you. That's how I got started. And welcome to Wife, Mother, Hustler, episode 1. Follow me on my journey to build multi-million-dollar business. Have a wonderful rest of the Monday, and looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. I'll be live every noon, and I think for next 365 days, because that's the task. All right, have a good day. Talk to you soon. Bye.